patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
But you know whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty, that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messalene, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounts beautiful, but though I could not with such estimable wonder overfar believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to doubt her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir. Your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
Do not murder me for my love. Let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of you. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Fare thee well.
The gentleness of the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I would very shortly see thee there. But, come what may, I do adore thee so. The dangers seem sport, and I will go.
Were you not, even now, with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I since arrived but hither.
She bid me return this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. Moreover, she adds that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one thing more, that you never be so hardy to come again in his services, unless it be to report your taking of this. Receive it, sir.
She took the ring of me, I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw at her, and it is her will to be so returned. Worth stooping for. There it lies in your eye. If not, let it be his who finds it.
I left your ring with her. What means this, lady? Fortune forbid my absence have not charmed her to make a view of me. Indeed, so much that her eyes had lost her tongue. For she did speak in distractedly. She loves me, sir. The cunning of her passion invites me to send its messenger. What my gold for you? He sent her love. I am the man of which ye saw us tis. Poor lady, she wears the love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art wickedness. Wherein the pregnant enemy, how easy it is for the proper false in woman's waxen heart to set their form. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made, such we be. Oh, this babe, my master loved her dearly, and I, poor monster, as much as fond in him, and she, mistaken, seems to doubt upon me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thirstless sigh for poor Olivia breathe. O time, thou must untangle this knot I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and to lick lows their gerrels, thou knowest.
No, by my troth, I know not. But to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled time. To go to bed after midnight I mean, to be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Aye, so they say, but I rather think it consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marion the sage, a sip of wine.
Here comes the fools, I say.
How now, my hearts? Did you ever see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breath, and I'd rather 40 shillings had I such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. In sooth, it was very gracious fooling last night when thou spoke of pigograms, and the Vathians passing the equilonical of Phoebus. I sent thee a sixpence for thy leaving. That's it.
I didn't pitch across thy fair turkey. For my Malvolia's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and to myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
In sooth, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
There is tuppence for you. Let's have a song.
There's a kestrel for you too. If one night give you a
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song, a love song.
I care not for a good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? No staying, your true love's coming. No staying, your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low. Tread no further, pretty sweeting, Jenny tending, lovers meeting. What's to come is ill and true.
Very good, I say.
Good, good.
What is lost is not hereafter. What is lost is not hereafter. Present birth has present laughter. Present birth has present laughter. What's to come is still and sharp. Indeed, there lie no plenty, and simplicity is sweet and plenty. Use of stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice, as I am a true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, I say.
To hear by the nose, it is dulcet and contagious. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl and a catch that will draw 3 souls out of 1 weaver? Shall we do that?
As you love me, let's do it. I'm a dog at the catch.
By Our Lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Excellent. Let our catch be, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. I shall be constrained to call thee knave knight.
It is not the first time I have constrained one to call me a name. Begin, fool, it begin. Hold thy peace.
Why, I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good, begin.
Hold thy peace, I prithee!
What's a
Hold
terrible
thy
do you keep here?
peace!
If my lady has not called a prince to unravel you, and bid him turn out of doors, never touch you.
My ladies, a cotillion. We are politicians. Malvolio the Pega Ramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Dilly valley ladies, this wealth the man in Babylon, ladies.
Sure me, knights and admirals full.
Aye, he does well enough if he be disposed. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more naturally.
Oh, the 12th day of the...
God, peace!
My masters, are you mad? What are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty? To gabble like tinkerers at this time of night. Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house? That you squeak out your coziers like catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect for place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time in our catches. Snack up!
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. Though my lady harbours you as a kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. You can separate yourself from your misdemeanors, then you are welcome to stay. If not, and it would please you to take your leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, for I must need be gone.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Tis even so.
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
'Tis much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What then if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, you cannot.
Out of tune, sir, you lie. Art any more than a steward? Do you think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Aye.
Yes, by St. Annie, and ginger will be hot in the mouth too.
Thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs. Maria, I say, a stoup of wine.
Mistress Mary, you prize my lady's favor at anything more than contempt. You would not give mean to this uncivil rule. You shall know it by this hand.
Go shake your ear.
Ha!
It's as good as due to drink when a man's hungry as to challenge him in the field and break crumbles with him and make fools of him.
Shall you write him a challenge?
Go, write me a challenge, or deliver that indignation by word of mouth.
Nay, sweet Sir Toby. Since the use of the concert today with my lady, she's much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayward and make a common recreation of him, do not think I have enough wit to lie straight in my own bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, tell us something of him.
Mary, sometimes he's a kind of a Puritan.
And if I thought of that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason tonight.
I have no exquisite reason, but I have reason good enough.
The devil of Puritan that he is, or anything constantly, but a time pleaser, an affectionate ass, who cons the state without book, and utters it by great scorn. The best persuaded of himself, so prompt those events with excellencies, that his heat guns the faith that all who look on him love him, and on that vice in him will my revenge by notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein, by the shape of his leg, the color of his beard, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eyes, forehead, and complexion, he will find himself most feelingly personated. Right, very like my lady your niece. Forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He shall think, by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they are from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My device is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse will make an ass of him.
As I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warn you. I will drop two, and let the fool make a third where he is sure to find the letter. Mark his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Fare you well.
Good night, Ben Cecilia.
By my troth, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Let's do Ben night. Thou hadst need send for more money.
If I do not recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for more money night. If thou hast not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not recover your niece, never trust me. Take it how you will.
I'll go burn some sack. It's too late to go to bed now. Come night, come night.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friend. Now, good Cesario. But that song we had last night, that old and antique song, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms. Of these most brisk and giddy-paced times, come, but one verse.
Please let yourself. Please your Lord to dash it through.
Who was it?
just say the Jeffrey, my lord, who of Olivia's father that took much delight who is about the house.
Seek him out. Come hither, boy, if ever thou shalt love. In the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are. Unstaid and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. My life upon, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favour that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor,
What kind of woman is it?
of your complexion.
She is not worth thee, then. What years, in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, howe'er we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think not so, my lord. I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, does fall that very hour.
And so they are, alas that they are so, to die even when to perfection grow.
O fellow, come, that song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their thread with bones, did use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
Come away,
Come away, death,
and in whose cypress fly away, breath.
fly away, breath.
I am slain by a fair cool maid. My part white stuff go with you.
Oh, prepare it.
My part of death, no one so true
Did share it.
Not a flower,
Not a flower sweet.
on my death coffin, where my bones shall be strewn. Not a friend,
Not a friend green.
my poor corpse, where my bones shall be thrown. Not those insides to say,
Lay me away
sad true lover, never find my grave.
to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. We take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Surely, sir. Pleasure repaid, one time or another.
Now give me leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and thy tailor make thy doublet of changeable after. For thy mind is very oppressed. I would have men of such constancy to put to sea, for their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere. That is what makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than all the world, prizes not quantity of dirty land, but that part which fortune hath bestowed upon her, I hold as giddily as fortune. But 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks in her attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath the pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sighs can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart, so big to hold so much, they lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. No motion of the liver but the palate, that suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman could bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know
What dost thou know?
too well what love woman to men may owe. In faith they are as true as heart as we. My father had a daughter that loved a man. As it might be, perhaps I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but to let concealment like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, yet little in our love.
But died thy sister from her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I am not. Shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place. Bide no delay.
Away, Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scrupulous sport, let me be well to the melancholy.
Would thou like to see the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out a favor of my lady about the bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we shall fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And if we do not, it is the pity of our lives.
Here the youngest bred of 9 comes.
Get your 3 into the box street, for Malvolio is coming down this clock. He's been yonder this half hour, practicing behaviors to his own shadow. I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. But close in the name of testing. Right out there. Here comes the crowd that must be caught particular.
'Tis but fortune. Oh, this fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I heard herself come thus near to saying that if she should fancy, it would be one of my complexion. Besides, she holds me with a more exalted respect than any other that doth follow her. What am I to think on it?
Here the overweening rogue.
Oh,
Like,
peace.
I could so beat the road.
The Count Malvolio.
Ah, rogue.
There's an example for it. For the lady of the stock, he did marry the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
Fire on him, Jezebel.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
Villain.
calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I left Olivia sleeping,
Ah.
and have the humor of state and the demure traveler regard, telling them that I know my place, as I would they should theirs, to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Scurvy cur.
7 of my people, with an obedient staff, make out for him. I frown the while. One with my watch up to chance play with my son, rich jewelry. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me. I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard and control.
What?
Saying, my cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me upon your niece, do give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Besides, to waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight. One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was I, for many did call me a fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
And how the Spaniard checks at it.
Why, this be my lady's hand. These be her very C's and her U's and her T's. Oh, and thus she makes her great peace. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, her P's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Tis her very phrases. And by your leave, wax soft. Tis her Lucrece by which she uses to seal. Tis my lady's hand, but to whom could this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move. No man must know. It follows the numbers altered, no man must know. This be the Malvolio? I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke the heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, let me see. Let me see.
What dish of poison has you dressed in?
I make a man where I adore. Ah! Why she may command me? For I serve her, and she is my lady. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in it. At the end, to that alphabetical position portend. If I could make it resemble something in me. Softly now. M-O-A-I.
Oh, make up that. Now that's a cold scent.
South and cry upon solace. Don't be as rank as the fall.
Emmavolio, why that begins my name.
Did I not say you would work it out? The cur is excellent at false.
There's no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow what O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Or I'll cudgel him and make him cryo.
And I comes behind.
Aye, and had you any eye behind you, you might see more detractors who feels refulgence for you.
M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former, and yet to crush a little it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name, but soft. Here follows prose. If this should fall into thy hands, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, and yet be not afraid of greatness. For some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Let fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and know thyself to what thou art like to be. Cast off thy humble sloth and appear fresh. Be opposite with the kinsmen, surly with the servants, and let thy tongue hang with arguments of state. Put thyself in the trick of singularity. He thus advises thee. Sight. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. Say, remember. Go too, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, we see thee a servant still, a fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. The point of eyes, the very man. Not now make a fool of myself, let my imagination jade me. Every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late, and praise my legs for being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love. My stars be praised, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised, but here falls a postscript. Thou canst not help but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, it appear in thy smiling, for thy smiles become thee well. Therefore in my presence, till still smile, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile, and I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I would not give my pop this for a pension of thousands you paid for the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this divine. So could I too. Ask no other dowry but such another jack. Or I either.
Take her as my noble bull-catcher.
Shall you set your foot on my neck then?
Or mine either.
Shall I play my freedom at trade trip and become thy bond slave?
Or me either.
Thee, but say true, does it work with him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will see the fruit of the sport, then mark his first approach before my lady, for he will appear before her in yellow stockings. which is a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, which is a fashion she detests. If you will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy that she is, that it cannot but make him into a notable content. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit!
I'll make one